I can totally see why you got excited about this. That is amazing.
It is.
Now, Sean, I'm sure that there are people out there like me who are like, I want to do it, I want to do it. But in looking at that, maybe a little intimidated that they won't know how to do it. That what kind of instruction do you get and support do you get as a tutor?
Well, when you sign up at the beginning, before you even start tutoring, there is an online video. It's a training video. I believe it's 30 minutes. It's really easy, and it goes step by step to show you how you go through everything, through the flashcards like we saw at first, through the stories, and then to the games. It's really simple. It's all on a bar on the side of the screen. It's really easy to follow. And if there's ever a problem, either whether it's a technical issue or something otherwise, there's online support that you can click on immediately, and you automatically will get help from someone, and it's really great.
Excellent.
It's really a win-win for everybody, and it's the teachers love it because of the enormous amount of supports that are being brought in at a very almost low cost. The impact that it makes, as Sean had said, week after week, he's working with the same child, getting to know that child, and really understanding their strengths and weaknesses academically and focusing on those. And I think there's even an end of the year activity, isn't there?
Great. You were asking before if you can see them online, and you can't see them, but at the end of the year, there's like a reading party that the teacher hosts, and all the tutors for that class get to come in for about 45 minutes to an hour, where we get to hand out books that are, I believe, provided by Tutor Time to the kids. You get to sit down, and then you get to sit down in person with your child, and you get to read through the book together. And it's really fun.
It is. It's a great fun. And although it looks intimidating to come up with some kind of a lesson plan, you have to remember that as a tutor, you're not doing anything. It's all on the computer for you. When you first click on your screen, you see your choices. And your choices are a number of stories. Your choices are the number of games or flashcards. And you can either allow the child to choose where they want to begin, or you can choose. Sometimes you can alternate who does that. But it's all on the screen. And they're very, very simple stories. They do kind of increase in difficulty as the child improves, which is a fantastic thing to see. Right. But it's all there for you. So really, you don't have to be super computer savvy. Believe me, I am not. And once you take the training video, it's really simple. The first time you're a little, kind of hesitant to participate, but once you do it once, it's as simple as can be. I really cannot express that. And the kids are so grateful. They're very sweet. They engage with you,
What ages are we talking about?
We're talking about kindergarten and first graders. We're all dealing with kindergartners at this point. First graders also, the teacher picks the children. She chooses 10 children in her classroom that she feels could use the extra support. And I got to tell you, I think they're smart as can be. The kids enjoy it. They read well. They improve. They respond to us incredibly well. They have no idea who we are, but just the idea that we are able to do something so positive for the community, I think makes us all feel really rewarded.
I can imagine. I'm telling you, I'm ready to go back and do it. And I think that'll help people understand that all you have to do is be able to read, really, and click a mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a pretty low barrier to entry.
It really is, because your password is your email address and whatever password you choose, and that's it. Once you're clicked in, because you are assigned a student at the beginning of the year, all that information pops up on the screen for you. You don't have to do anything other than pick up the phone at that point, dial, and ask for your student. And a funny story is that the child in the classroom who gets assigned to answer the telephone, obviously it's a designated phone for the purpose of doing the tutoring, loves to do it. It's like a big deal for them, to be able to answer the phone and then get whatever child is being called to the phone. So
it's a big honor.
Yes, it's a big honor,
yes,
and it's lots of fun to hear them.
So I was thinking too, Mr. Satz made the point several times about the schedules of assistant state attorneys. So talk a little bit about that and how you fit it into your day, Sean.
I chose, the time I chose is usually, I looked at my calendar, honestly. Look, what is the day, the time of the week that I'm the least busy as far as court or depositions or meetings, and happen to be Wednesdays. But like I said before, if there's some reason that you can't make it, you have to reschedule, You can go online and you can reschedule, and the teacher will get a notification, so she can notify the child that you reschedule it for a different time, because the kids really do. Like they miss you if you don't call them, because they kind of get to know like the same day and time, and they'll miss you if you don't get to call. But it's very flexible. There's a lot of different times during the week that you could pick, and it's only a half hour for a week, so it's really easy to find a slot.
To give you a slightly different perspective, my schedule is very varied. I don't have a set schedule like Sean and some of the other attorneys do, so I don't have a set date. I actually will look at the beginning of the week, or at the end of the week rather. I look at the week coming forward, and I pick a date that I feel is best for me. Now, the child that I'm tutoring doesn't necessarily know when I'm going to be calling in. It's not like with Sean where they expect him at a certain time each day. My child doesn't know. So if I reschedule, my child doesn't even know that I was supposed to call in. I could just go on the computer, change the time. The teacher knows that I've changed the time. And it's all times that were pre-selected by her as not intruding on the school day. So you can do it either way. You can do it with someone who can anticipate when they're going to be free, or you can do it the way I do it, which is really a very random schedule due to my, my duties.
That's really good to know, because I think a lot of people, certainly I fall more into your category than a regularly scheduled kind of thing. So that's nice to know. Tim, talk about how, I mean, I'm like wanting to bring this, shout this from the rooftops. So what is PIE doing, if anything, to help push this out to other businesses?
Well, any business that's interested in getting involved can give us a call or go to browardpartners.com, and set up an appointment, and we'll work with that business or industry to make this happen. We want to support as many businesses as possible in this endeavor, because it's a worthwhile endeavor, and there's certainly many, many more schools and classrooms that can benefit from this.
Absolutely.
And for the businesses who might want to get involved in the broader PIE effort, I mean, you glossed over it earlier, and we're talking about literacy, but we really want to support our children to succeed in school. Right. Talk a little bit more about that and how they can get involved as a business.
Sure. Again, the website has all the information in terms of a very simple 1, 2, 3 step application. We've simplified it over the years so it's not as demanding or as taxing for the industry. We want to make ourselves and the schools user-friendly. I know Superintendent Runcie was behind a lot of the changes that we made to streamline the process of businesses getting involved in education. So there is a phone number on the website. Our executive director is Adrian Jackson, and any information or questions that a business or any nonprofit, for-profit, faith-based organization who wants to get involved, they could either call her or just check the website, and there'll be some information. There's some facts and question and answer too.
And there are a lot of different ways of getting involved. I mean, tutor time is just one of the different ways in which a business can get involved.
Sure.
But businesses can get as involved or as little involved as they want to, and still support a classroom. Sometimes, businesses provide monetary support, or they provide services, pizzas, donuts, whatever it is that's necessary for the school to be able to put on certain incentives and certain types of things that are going to bring the children and the parents together. Certainly a business can provide tutors or mentors that will actually come into the classroom and participate. I mean, that's fabulous when they can do that. But if a business wants to get involved...
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you, you're on a roll. But the Reading Pals program that's managed by the United Way is a way for someone who wants to actually go into the classroom for that half an hour. And so anybody who's interested in more of a hands-on approach can contact the United Way about Reading Pals, very similar in style to this, although not with the computer. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, we look at putting businesses together with the schools. So, for instance, if there's a local Publix or a Home Depot or, any agency, it can be a small business as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a large business. There is no commitment required, no specific commitment. So they can do as little or as much as possible. But these sometimes sponsoring a breakfast, a mentor breakfast, or a teacher breakfast, or sponsoring, a luncheon for the students who are going on a field trip. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. Field trips. I can't even the list is so exhaustive that it would be difficult for us to cover all the different ways in which a business can get involved. But from providing, supplies to the classroom, to providing personnel to help, to providing services that the business is already providing, any kind of participation that they choose to engage in is good enough. Obviously, we encourage as much as possible, but there's lots and lots of different ways. And like I said, this program is just one of them. But going on our website, on the Partners in Education website, is the best way. And if nothing else, Partners in Education has a fundraiser once a year. It's called Clueless on Las Olas. It is great fun. It's a murder mystery that takes place on Las Olas. Tim here is the author of the mystery, or has been. Fantastic the last couple of years. And we urge people to come out. It's not expensive, and it's great fun. We just had our annual event last month, and we'll be doing it again.
Did Sandra do it again?
Yes.
Was she the murderer again?
She was not the murderer.
Oh, okay. She's on our staff. She's our Chief Communications Officer, and last year she was the murderer. Can't believe I have a staff member who's a murderer, but that's okay. Just joking, not really.
And partners can get involved with in-kind, just their expertise. We have construction companies and engineers that come in and teach high schools their bid process to understand how that works. And when youth get involved in that, their mind is racing, because this is something that's real world. This is taking the textbook and looking at a bid, and how do I measure square footage? And I'll either underbid and close down in 6 months, or I'll overbid and never get rewarded at any kind of contracts. There's so many ways. Every business brings something from the real world that makes those textbooks come alive.
That's great. And all of our children, the children's success is important for everybody.
Absolutely.
Sean, any last thoughts before I have to wrap up?
I think it's a great program. I think everyone should get involved in it. It's not only great for the kids, but it's great for yourself. You really do feel like you're doing something positive for the community. You're helping the kids, because these kids, they're going to grow up and they're going to be the adults of the community, and it feels great knowing that you're helping them.
Yeah, that is so true about volunteering. People always talk about what you're doing for others. For those who are selfish out there, it does a lot for you too.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank Sean Widener, Maria Schneider, Tim Curtin, Janine Rice, Hussein El-Rashidi, and State Attorney Mike Satz for introducing us to yet another out-of-the-box effort to ensure that young children have the tools they need to succeed in school and in life. I've been your host, Cindy Arenberg-Seltzer, President and CEO of the Children's Services Council of Broward County, where our mission is to empower Broward's children to become responsible, productive adults capable of realizing their full potential, their hopes, and their dreams. For copies of this program or any other episode of Future First, please call the Children's Services Council at 954-377-1000 or visit www.cscbroward.org. Like us on Facebook, and remember to join us next time on Future First. Focus on Broward's children.